So now we are connecting on Facebook. It's not ready yet. Okay, Facebook is online. And now Twitch is connecting and YouTube is connecting. YouTube is online. YouTube events is online. Facebook is online and Twitch is connecting. So hello everyone and welcome to the Globalpreneurs. And today we have the privilege to be with the awesome Lucy Ruth, who I've met just a few weeks ago, right, Lucy? And like we instantly connected and knew that we had to collaborate and work with each other because Lucy, well, she's legendary. And she's
Thank you.
awesome. And I'm so blessed to have connected with you, Lucy. And like, just tell the people about what you do and like why you're on the show today because you're so awesome. I just want to let people discover what you're about.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lucy Ruth. I'm an author. Not only am I an author, I'm a #1 best-selling author. I wrote a book last year called Debunk and Develop Your Mind. And this book talks about the negative D's of life. It talks about how everything in life that is bad starts with a D. And when you look at the bad D's of life, you get death, you get debt, you get disease. We have this corona disease. It says you get debt, you get depression, you get domestic abuse, drug addictions, demons, devils. They all start with a D.
Nobody wants those D's, right?
Nobody wants those D's. So yeah, so I wrote that book and it was just like something that just happened because I never thought I was going to write a book. And for years, I used to pray to God. I'm like, God, give me wisdom, give me knowledge and give me wisdom. And all of a sudden, clicked, he gave me this topic, write a book. I'm like, what? I'm not going to write a book. What am I going to write a book about? And like, for me, I'm a spiritual person. And when I asked God, what book am I going to write about? He's like, you're going to write about debunk and develop your mind. I'm like, what is that all about? So I was on social media one morning and as I was scrolling through the pages, people were posting. And when I looked at people's posts on Facebook, some were celebrating their own vacation, taking pictures, having fun. But in that moment, there were also people who were hopeless. They were dealing with death. They were dealing with debt. They were dealing with all the bad deeds of life. So we are sitting in our homes. Somebody is happy, somebody's unhappy. So I decided, oh, you know what? Let me write a book and put it all together and talk about the bad deeds of life and how we can turn them into a positive outlook. Because these things are bound to happen, like death. We can't escape death, but we have to find ways of dealing with death. Like right now, there's a lot of people who've lost their loved ones because of the virus, and they cannot see their loved ones. They're dealing with death. But how are you going to deal with death in this situation whereby you can't even see or even bury your own loved one? So I came up with ways on how people can cope with death. So I talk about all those subjects. And I also wrote another book called How to Love Yourself After Bullying and Abuse. So many people have scars in their hearts. So many people are struggling with the things that have been said to them, be it at school, at work, in a playground. You know, when people say bad things to us, it's a seed that you plant. And it takes a long time. It's a personal thing. It takes a long time for people to heal from the bad words that society tells them. Like, you're not good enough. Oh, you're bad. You're bad with money. Oh, you're never going to succeed. Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, you're wasting your time. Even it happened to me as I was writing my book. People were like, who's going to buy your book? People don't buy books. People don't read. But we are filled with a society full of negativity. So my job is to turn all these society voices that are negative into a positive outcome. So I deal with people. I help youth as well. I'm a youth mentor. I help people feel better. That's what I do.
That's so good. And that all happened, Lucy, after you well, God told you to do something and you obeyed, and you did it, and now you're there, best-selling author. You're helping people dealing with those, like, is it 5 Ds, right?
7 Ds of life.
Oh, 7 Ds. So death and like disease and like stuff that are stopping them from moving forward.
Yes.
And you just took this on just before the virus like got out there, and you were ready for it.
I know. You know, the thing that's so freaky about this virus is in October last year, I started writing a book. Another book is coming. It's coming. It's the editing is done and it's just putting it together. It's coming soon. In the next week or so, it will be out.
Yeah.
But I started writing this book called How to Live Your Life in Reverse. So it's funny because the thing that I wrote about in that book is what this virus has made people do. Like, it's made people reconnect with their families.
Yeah.
I talk about how people were so much into sports. Some people spend the whole weekend watching sports or I'm going to the game, I'm doing this, but you're not connecting with the people that God gave you. You're not connecting with your families. You don't even talk to your cousins. You haven't seen your grandparent in a nursing home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wrote about, let's go back to the basics of life. Let's go back to the old ways where people used to talk to people. Like nowadays, when you go to a party, everybody's taking pictures. Like sometimes you don't even converse with people because everybody's so much, oh, do I look good? I'm gonna take this. This is my selfie. Oh, this. I'm like, come on, people. How are you gonna know the people around you if we are all ingrained in these activities? It's kind of a selfishness that we have.
They're not even connecting. It's just about like, look at me.
Yes.
And no real connection. And
so
now this virus is out there, and I think you feel it as well. Like now people are finally connecting, like we're doing on Zoom right now, and like it's creating a real connection, like from this virus. It's kind of beautiful, even though it's causing a lot of pain. There are some good things that we can get right now from this.
Yes, it's time to reconnect. I mean, it's time to go back to the basics. I mean, there's so many people, like I talk a lot about laughing unconditionally and forgiveness. You cannot love somebody if you are full of hate and you have the seed of unforgiveness. So you find that sometimes when we are facing something like depression, which is a very sensitive subject, like I suffered from depression. The reason why I suffered from depression is because my mother committed suicide and she killed herself when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
But I had this hate for my mother. I hated the fact that she killed herself and she didn't think about me before she left. So I said to my sister, I do not like to, you know what, don't talk to me about Mother's Day. And when I used to see people post their pictures like, I did this for Mother's Day, I did that for Mother's Day, it used to like, oh, okay, I don't care, that's your mother. My mother is not here.
Yeah.
But it was because I had this seed of unforgiveness. I didn't forgive my mother. So because of that, I had my own depression. My depression was the result of unforgiveness. So when you look deep down and you really go back to the roots, let's find what is the seed of your depression. It could be something that happened to you when you were young and it still plays in your brain. And because this brain of ours, we have to seed it. We have to feed it. If we don't feed it, if we are feeding it the bad stuff that happened in our lives and we're not letting go, that seed keeps growing. Yeah. So the result of the seed we are feeding, and if it's a seed of unforgiveness, you're not going to be free. I got free when I forgave my mother. I forgave my mom and it gave me freedom. And when I forgave my mom, my brain opened up. I realized I didn't know I could write books. I didn't know I could speak in front of people. I became a speaker. I started doing all these things because I healed from my own depression. But I had to take the steps for me to heal. I decided to let go of that spirit of unforgiveness. And because when you look at what's happening in the world, people piss us off every day. There's so many things, especially family. We now live in a world where there's blended families, right? Imagine You have a family that comes, your mother has children from a previous marriage, and then your dad has children from a previous marriage, and all of a sudden you have to become a family. How does that work?
Yeah.
So you have to learn to accept some of these situations and love unconditionally, because think about it. Your father is not going to come to you and tell you everything that's bothering him. He needs a partner. He needs a wife.
Yeah.
You as a child cannot provide the emotional support that your father or your mother needs. So if your father is finding happiness in a woman, learn to love that woman unconditionally. Learn to love your stepfather, your stepdad unconditionally. Learn to love your stepbrother, your stepsister, half brother. At the end of the family, these things don't matter. What matters is family.
Yes. Yeah. And like you said, Lucy, like when you hold resentment, well, the only person that you're hurting is yourself. And when
Yes.
you learn to forgive and you forgive your mother and you forgive the people around you, well, now, like, it's not about them, it's about you and how you feel about them. And like, you're going to live a much better life once you start forgiving the people around you. And resentment is only hurting yourself.
Yes. Yes.
So forgive and love and be happy.
Yeah, I know it's easier said than done. It's a journey that one has to be willing to take. Like, I have met people. I know an old lady where I used to live at a townhouse. A few winters ago, I was going to the store. I was going to food basics.
Yeah.
We were having a bad winter, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to the store." It was just before Christmas. I'm going to the store because I knew she didn't drive. So I knocked on her door and I said, "Do you want anything from the store?" She broke out. She said, "You know what? I'm lonely. Every Christmas I'm by myself. They don't call me. They don't do anything. They don't want anything to do with me." Like, come on, people. What is this person done that is worth unforgiveness? Why do you leave your old people suffer? Why these people need love? We all need love. If you were to reverse your life and put yourself, or even forward your life and put yourself in the same situation, that lady that I had to go buy food for because she didn't have anybody, she spends Christmas by herself. It's her and the dog. Nobody calls it. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. So we need to go back to the old ways of life and just reconnect. Let's start doing small steps of loving one another, loving unconditionally. We have to take the step and we have to make that decision that, you know what, enough is enough. This is unhealthy. I don't want to be lonely. I don't want to be isolated. Now we know how it feels to be isolated. Isolation hurts. Now feel the pain that those people you haven't been talking to for all these years, how they have been feeling, because they've been isolated from our families, not because they wanted to, but you chose to do that.
Yeah, that's so true. It's time to reconnect, and while we're in isolation, it's time to reconnect and forgive to the people that you've put in isolation just because of the resentment or grudge you were holding.
Yes.
And that's so cool, Lucy. And we have the Flippin' Hustler on YouTube is saying, after you spoke earlier, I use adversity and roadblocks to become better. People's opinions are a reflection of their own insecurities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what we were just saying right now, Flippin' Hustler is saying as well, what a person dwells upon is what they become. Surrounded yourself with OQP, only quality people. That's true.
That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
You become, they have this thing like what you call it? You are what you eat. That also plays a role in your thinking. You are what you feed your brain. Feed yourself positive stuff. I have a book, and if anybody needs it, I'm willing to email a PDF free.
Oh, nice.
It has A to Z of positivity. Feed positive stuff in your brain.
Yeah.
Feed positive content in your brain. And during this virus, this corona outbreak, there's been so much negativity. Some of the news is like, come on, people. In as much as it's a very bad virus, it's killing people, but there's also a lot of people that have survived, right? And if you look at it, this is not the first time the world has had a pandemic. It's just that now we are all connected.
Yeah.
So now there are some people who have degrees in creating fake news.
Yeah.
Very good at it. I don't know what they get from that. I really don't.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's like Lucy. It's like the virus went viral on social media, and now.
Yes. Like, what do you get from creating? So what it does is it doesn't feed anybody good stuff. It's feeding. So know where you get your information from. And if you have friends on social media that are feeding you bad content, there was a day it actually nearly affected me, but I said, no, I'm not going to let this. There was somebody on my Facebook that kept posting some very disturbing stuff. And you know what I do? I go, instead of unfriending people on Facebook, there's a button that says take a break. I take a break from people that don't feed my spirit. If you're not feeding me and I'm not growing from you, and my spirit doesn't sit right with you, you gotta go.
Yeah. Like Flippy Master is saying, just surround yourself with quality people. How does he call them? Only quality people.
Yes.
And that's what we want to. Yeah. So that's I guess it's one of the tricks that you have in your book. Oops.
Yes. I like to help people. I don't like to see people struggle. Like right now, my advice to you, anybody who's listening, is take care of you first. I have seen sponsored ad after sponsored ad after sponsored ad of a coach for this, a coach for that, a coach for this. Guys, these coaches are making money by you subscribing to them. Be careful. Now is the time to guard your wallet.
Yeah. We know there's a lot of, I don't know if they're sharks or, but a lot of people are after you, after your wallet, like you say, because they want to help you. Or because they sound like they want to help you. So now, as you say, Lucy, it's time to guard your wallet and let the quality people come in your life, those that are really inspiring you and lifting you, and build relationships at this moment.
Yes. And whilst you are isolated, you don't know what to do with yourself, it's better, you know what? Think of ways, if you can afford it, instead of maybe saying you can also make this coach read, go and learn a new skill. I have another book that I wrote during this isolation. It says how to survive.
My God, you're a book writing machine, Lucy.
I know. I've written a manual on how to survive in a bad economy.
Wow.
This is not the first time we're going to experience a recession. But there are ways we can grow from this. Right now, if you don't have a lot of money, because a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, most people don't have money. It's only a few people that have a lot of money in their bank accounts. Take care of you first. Make payment arrangements. Don't worry. There's some people who worry that they can't afford to pay their credit card bills. Call the company. Make a payment arrangement. Because what you need right now is food. And I'm telling you, food is so expensive right now. Because have you seen that these companies are no longer even offering deals? Because the supply chain has been affected. So they can't afford those deals. And because most companies are shut down, we're not producing as much. So they can't afford to be competing and saying this is for $1. Like Morphos have dollar days, and they can't do that right now. So what you have to do is the little money that you have, got it. Your main thing is to survive. Have food. Food. You need food, you need your family, and you just need to take care of yourself so that you don't get into depression, because a lot of people don't know how to deal with this, because this is new in our generation. We've never been in this situation before.
Or we've been in this situation in the past, and because Well, maybe God speaks to you, so he's like he prepared you for this, and that's beautiful that you're sharing that, Lucy. And like because God told you to write books a few years ago or a few months ago, well, you started doing it, and now it's like downloading. You're like they're like a machine. It's like and it's giving you the answers that the people need to hear. So that is so cool. And plus, you're offering your books for people to download for free. Like that's so amazing. And you're an
Yes.
angel. You're an angel. So thank you so much, Lucy.
Thank you. Yeah, if anybody goes on my website, www.lucyruth.page, and just write me through the contact form, I'm willing to give some books to read. And I just want people to feel better. This is why I'm here. I'm here to motivate people. I'm here to encourage people. Some of you don't know what you want to do. You don't know what career path is coming your way. I've been doing a lot of youth careers in motion with a friend of mine. She owns a staffing firm.
Uh-huh.
Join us. Like, write me. You want to know how to write a resume. You have kids. Like, right now is also the time to encourage your kids to do something positive. We live, our kids, like, they love the internet. I mean, some of them need a lot of motivation because with the way we're going, they're just playing video games, and there's nothing wrong with video games, especially in this isolation.
Yeah.
But also they need to do something creative. I ask my kids, my son is 10, my daughter is 8. I ask them, what are you going to do to bring positive change into the world? So they write what they're going to do. Yeah. So empower your children. Now is the time to know exactly what your child needs to do. And you as a parent, you have to guide them in the right way. You have to know if your child was doing bad in school and they were getting grades, you're isolated, help them in that subject that they were lacking. The internet is full of resources to learn. Uh-huh. So my job here, I'm just here to encourage you and motivate you to use this time wisely. Use this time to empower your children. Use this time to empower your youth. Use this time to guide your child on the right career path. Use this time to reconnect with your family, long-lost cousins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's so good. I'm just taking a note on that because we have 2 teenagers at home, and yeah, there's the classes are giving online during while the schools are closed. But what I see is that there's like they're getting better and better at Fortnite at playing the video game. And we went like on family walks to go catch Pokemons at the park, which is like it's fun. But like, what can you do right now to create and collaborate and make the world, make the lives of your friend better, and like just improve, do create something. It's time, like for children, for people like you and I, Lucy, for the people listening, for the social entrepreneurs and the social intrapreneurs to do something. And like it's the perfect time while you're like locked in your home to create and to bring it to the world.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I am here, and if anybody wants to do a Zoom, or if you have a child that needs a lot of encouragement, that is so entitled, send them to me. Yeah. I'll put them in the right track.
Oh my God, we should do like a show and like invite the kids, like let's say at 11 a.m. and then we like, it's you, Lucy, and you're shining, and you're like motivating them and inspiring them to create something that's going to do good around them.
And they need like, our kids are so entitled. Like there was a time that my kids couldn't stop fighting, and like I'll say, come guys, come, let's eat, let's do this. They're not listening because they want to play video games, right? So they came downstairs, and I had kids in boot camp. There's a video of kids in boot camp, and they're in prison somewhere in America. I said, you know what happens when you don't listen to your parents? Watch that. They're like, I'm so sorry, mommy, I'm gonna listen next time. I'm like, okay. Yeah. You know? So some of our kids, like, I'm not saying for me, I have to tell my kids the realities of life, because I told my kids, my daughter is 8 and my son is 10. I lost my mother at the age of 10. I told them there's going to be a day when mom and dad are not here. Yeah. You have to prepare their thinking. you have to kind of tell them that things can go from good to bad to worse.
Yeah.
So you have to have this kind of talks with them. And now my kids, you know what, they appreciate, every day they thank God for food. Because they know the importance of food, that there are kids in the world without food.
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes through gratitude. Like there will be more food if you're grateful about the food that you have.
Yes.
Inspiring.
Is there okay, thank you. How many viewers do we have? Anybody asking any questions?
Let me check, Lucy. Nope. I think it's not connecting on Facebook for some strange reason though. We'll look at the messages after the live. But what we wanted to accomplish today, Lucy, is like help people realize that they have a voice and they're meant to share it, and they have an important message within themselves and from their lives, from their experiences. And because as yourself, you've probably dealt with one of those D's in the past, and then God told you like you got to write a book about it. Like people are ready to hear this message, so write it, and it's going to transform a lot of lives. And now you're offering people to help them with that, which is beautiful. And this can not only happen to you or happen to me. This can happen to every people that's listening out there. That they have an important message to share, and they have an important thing to accomplish during this virus and this transformation of the world. And when they're ready to accomplish, well, there's people like you and there's people like us with the Globalpreneurs that want to help them on their journey to make the world a better place for them and for the people around them. And same thing with the children, like yeah, it's free time on video games right now, but maybe just maybe there's something much better that you could be doing right now. And Lucy is out there to help you become the best person that you can be.
Yes, thank you. Indeed, we gotta teach our children the way they should go.
Yeah.
We can do that, but some parents, there's some parents who don't know how to do it. Like I said, I'm willing to help. If you have a child or a teenager who is just difficult and you don't know what to do with them, I can help you. And we are there for each other. Never think that you are alone. I did a podcast the other day that says seek on social, meaning seek on social media. Like right now, there's so many resources there, groups. Find groups that connect with you.
Yeah.
Find groups that feed your soul, important stuff. Like I'm saying, if you're feeling depressed, there's a depression group. Depression and anxiety group. It has 195,000 followers.
Wow.
You can go there, post, and you'll be surprised the amount of people that are just so willing to walk the journey with you and be your friends. There's another page on Facebook for moms with anxiety. I mean, there's some people who are new moms, and right now they can't even go outside. Imagine you're stuck indoors with a baby, and sometimes you just need to go, but you can't go. So there's a group for those people that need support from new moms with anxiety. So join the moms with anxiety group. It has, I can't remember, I think it's 35,000 people on it. Wow. And then there's another motivational group with 17,000. So there's help on social media. So seek help on social.
Yeah.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah, if you feel alone right now, know that there's groups like this, like the one you just talked about. It's 35,000 members or and close to that. Like, you are not alone right now, and there's a community for you that's feeling the same, and that will truly connect with you and be there to support you and get you out of the one of the D's that you're in, right?
Yes.
Or just talk to Lucy and she'll get you out of all the D's that you're in.
I'll try to motivate and support you and bring your spirit out of that state, because like I said before, we have to plant the seed and water it, and it takes time. It takes time. Yeah,
exactly. That's very good advice, Lucy. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know that the people out there, that are suffering right now, and you're asking like, why is it happening to me? Why? Well, you answered some of those questions. Well, maybe it's time to forgive, and while you're contemplating on the why you are suffering because of somebody, well, forgive them, and you'll see that immediately. Just because you forgave, you're going to be enjoying your life more and enjoying the time with yourself more, because the only pain that you get from being angry at someone, or for feeling resentment, is hurting yourself.
Exactly.
So forgive, love, connect with your community, your tribe, the people that are in the same situation that you are want to connect with you, and they want to support each other to grow together.
Indeed, they are.
We should do a community, Lucy, for like young kids that are addicted to video games, and then
yeah, video game addiction is real.
Yeah,
it's real. Yeah, the kids, the kids of this world, the modern day child knows so much about video games. There's no child, even my 4-year-old tells me about Fortnite. I'm like, what is Fortnite? I don't know Fortnite for nothing, but my kids know Fortnite.
yeah.
But my kids, we limit the times they play on video games. We have a time they can play. Like during, like right now, they are doing schoolwork on their computers.
Yeah.
And then they're done. They don't go on their gadgets till 3 o'clock because school finishes at 2:55. So they're still in the school mode. And then from 3 o'clock, they can play a little bit. And I just say to them, on Friday, tomorrow, we're having a dance night. We're having a dance party. So there will be no video games tomorrow.
That's so cool. You should stream your dance party because I want to join.
Or maybe we can have a dance party. We can have a Zoom. If parents want to do that, we can have a Zoom dance party.
Oh my
God. But I'll need people, yeah.
How amazing would that be? Like we have people from around the world doing a dance party together at the same time. That would be cool.
That would be so cool, yeah. So my daughter was asking me, I really don't want to go to the stores. I'm trying to avoid going to Walmart at all costs. She wants a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
So that we can do karaoke during this time. So I said, I'll think about it. I don't like going out, and at least I have to. So I'm kind of like I'm taking this social distancing seriously. Yeah. Honestly, I am. So like I moved a few weeks before they started the ban, and I actually need another bed for my 4-year-old, but I can't. The stores are closed, and I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush to go to the stores unnecessarily. So I know this time is very, very trying. But as you can see, I posted on my Facebook yesterday that humans now understand how it feels to be caged. Those animals in a zoo. There are some animals that used to roam in wild Africa, and they took them from the wild and you put them in a zoo, and they're isolated and they cannot talk. So now you know the pain of an animal that was that is caged.
Maybe people will do something about it after this is over, and let's let the animals roam free. Maybe not the lions in Toronto, but
yes, yeah. So it's a trying time for everybody.
But we need to readapt. Like maybe you're a karaoke machine. You can get it from Amazon. I don't know if they still do the shipping, but this is a possibility.
Yes, thank you for that. I'll look it up on Amazon, because I was like, I'm not going to the store. I'm not going to Walmart. I haven't gone to Walmart in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to the stores until it's safe. When I need food, I have enough food to last for a while. So.
That's good. And you're always in gratitude, so there will be food. Like food will continually be refilling itself.
Yes, you know what? The spirit of gratitude, it goes a long way. The last part of 2019, I went through a financial storm. I lost money. I invested in a bad deal and I lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I had this spirit of gratitude that I thanked God that I had to walk through that journey. And because of that, I overcame. And you know what? Even when you are in the darkest moment, especially when it comes to finances, there is always a way out.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're asking, like you go and say, you go to your bank, you say you want a loan, they refuse you. There is a reason. Sometimes God has a better plan. Maybe that loan is not the right loan for you. There's a better loan for you. And maybe if you get that money at that moment, you're going to waste it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when the time is right, the right company will say yes and give you the loan that you want.
Yeah. You're always
So
being prepared. Like everything that's happening to you is to prepare you for something, maybe something better that's coming.
Yes.
Same thing for me, Lucy. Like a few months ago, I was I had problems with my business and I had to go bankrupt, and then I had problem feeding my family, and I had to go to the food bank once to get food, and it just opened my eyes. Like when I picked the bags, I was so grateful about it, and I thank God and I thank the people there, and like now I want to give back because it made me cry, and it was so beautiful that people are out there giving, and there's always, like, God will never let you down, and either you believe in God or Allah or the universe or whatever you believe in, just know that you're never going to be let down. You're just constantly on this journey of learning, and all the experiences that come to you will make you a better person. And if you see it that way and are grateful for it, like good things are coming for you. So that's just my personal story on gratitude, and on just like being happy with whatever happens, something good is coming.
Exactly. And sometimes we have to walk through this journey. Life is a journey. Nobody said life was going to be perfect. If life we were all happy all the time, then we would not appreciate life. There gotta be good times and bad times. We can't always be on the upside. And when we look at society, look at even the people that have money all the time, they also go into depression, because depression does not discriminate how much money is in your account.
Yeah.
But everybody has to walk through some journey. So if your journey is having to go through bankruptcy for now, and talking about bankruptcy, right now with this situation that's going on, stop worrying about credit scores. People need to stop worrying about credit scores. You can rebuild credit. What matters is you. Take care of you, because without you being healthy mentally, you cannot take care of your credit.
Yeah.
Do not worry about credit scores. There's solutions. You can, depending on your solution, you can file for bankruptcy. You can do a consumer proposal. You can do debt reconciliation. There's so many. Don't worry in this situation during this season of isolation about credit scores.
Yeah. Even though like you've been brainwashed to always worry about it. No, Lucy is telling you, and not as financial advice, like it's just like from your experience or from what God told you, is that it is not a time to worry about your credit. It's time to take care of yourself. Like put your like they say in the plane, right? It's like put your oxygen mask and then just live, be with your family, your friends, connect. Enjoy life right now, and don't go don't go overspending on what you don't need right now.
Exactly, I agree. Do not worry, and I cannot say this enough. Worry causes health problems, and at this time you don't want to be having anxiety attacks. You don't want to be having panic attacks, because that means you're going to go to the hospital. We don't want you in the hospital. We want you at home. So do not worry about things that you cannot change.
Yeah.
The change that you need, the only thing that you should put, it's your priority. As your priority is you, your family, your health. That's the things that you need right now. So stop worrying about what's going to happen to this payment, what's going to happen to this. Don't worry about right now. Just take care of you. Make payment arrangements until you get your EI or whatever you apply from the government. Just take care of yourself so that you don't get into that major depressive mode, because there are some people who are prone and at high risk of depression, but something has to trigger it. So if you are worrying so much about finances and maybe you've lost a loved one and you were not able to go see them, or you're not able to attend the funeral, I want you to, it's hard to accept it. Find support groups that deals with death,
Yeah.
and do not worry about what's going to happen